Hey everyone, welcome to another video. This is gonna be my monthly haul for the month of February. I know I'm a little bit late, but I kind of forgot how short February actually is. And now it's already the 4th of March. But we're getting into it. I'm gonna show you what I got. And I'm kind of thinking maybe I'm no longer on a low buy. So the month for me, since I started my low buy, I started counting it from like the 23rd to the 22nd. So for me, for how I'm counting the month, I'm pretty late, but I tried to figure out as best as I could what I bought before that date and what I bought after to really give you an idea what is going on. And yeah, I did go over budget again. I feel like I kind of deliberately forgot about my low buy. Not in a way where I was like, I can't do it anymore. How can I stick to this low buy? There's so much makeup I want. It didn't really feel like giving up this month. It kind of felt like the pressure was off. I stopped counting things. I stopped adding things up. And I tried to still be smart about what I bought. But I was kind of okay with spending a little more. Just kind of accepting that I was doing that this month. I really don't know how I'm gonna feel about my low buy like this month that we're in right now. I think I'm for sure gonna try to stay around the budget, gonna try and keep an eye on the budget, but I don't want to be too strict with myself. I don't want to force things too much at this point because I don't feel like it's really necessary. That is my feelings for now. And I do know that it's kind of like a slippery slope. It is a slippery slope. I thought of rules for myself and I'm not following them right now, but I feel pretty good at where I'm at because I'm still spending much less and I'm not stressing myself out. And there's still so many things that I'm saying no to right now that I wouldn't have said no to a year ago. But sometimes I just kind of like get surprised, or I'm kind of like, you know what, I just really want to order this right now. And then I don't fully stick to the budget. I'm just gonna show you what I got. First up, I just filmed with these palettes. I just got them in and I was kind of waiting for these palettes to come in to film this video as well because it's more fun to show you the things on camera than just show you some photos of things that are still coming. But I bought all three of the Oden's Eye limited edition palettes from the Perfect World collection. I feel like here, this is where I really gave up on the low buy. I had as a rule that I only wanted to get into of each makeup type product each month. But for the past few months, I hadn't really tested out or tried really any eyeshadow palettes. So I was like, you know what? I think it's gonna be fine. And I really love the look of all of these palettes. So I'm just gonna go for it because I am not overwhelmed right now by new makeup at all. I'm going through the new makeup quite quickly, reviewing everything quite quickly, and I am really excited about the things that I have to review. There was a problem before I started my low buy. I was not actually reviewing the things I got in. I was doing the first impression and then I didn't really look at it anymore. That was an issue. But I feel now that I'm really picking and choosing more. I do buy things that I really want to use and it's much easier to review things. Of course, these I just got in. I still have to do quite a few looks, but it's also easier because this is a brand I already know and I don't feel like I have to be really nitty-gritty, really specific. Of course, I want to try all the shades before I tell you what it is like, but I have faith that this is gonna be good. Okay. This is the Flora Story palette by Makeup.Just.For.Fun. I believe she's called Amanda. I think this is such a beautiful color story. Very soft, but still colorful. We can go a little bit more neutral, but it's still interesting. I think this looks really fun. Today I used a couple of these shades, but I really want to dig in and do like a full purple look, a full green look, really see where this palette can take me. But I think this looks amazing. I think it's so beautifully curated. Then we have the Sea Talk palette. I think the packaging of this is just amazing. All three of these palettes have amazing packaging and I think the color story is so well curated. It is unexpected, but it also makes a lot of sense for Lauren, and also all of this together makes a lot of sense. I think it looks really fun. I can't wait to try the Electric Kelp shade. It looks so good. But yeah, I think this is such a stunning palette. And Lauren is like one of my favorite YouTubers, so I'm really happy that she finally got a collab because I feel like she really deserved to get one. And then I also got the Planet Spirit palette by Battybean. Also such an amazing YouTuber. All of these ladies are amazing YouTubers. I think they do amazing things and I think they all curated their palettes so well. At this point, I think I am most excited about this one. Wow, it was a palette I was like debating on the most if I should buy it or not, because it is quite bright and I'm more into neutrals right now. But I just feel really inspired looking at this. I just feel like the spring summer vibes. So I'm really excited to dig in and do kind of like more simple looks, like 2-3 eyeshadow looks, and make it a little bit more mid-tone, like not too deep, and just really go for that bright fun pop of color on the eyes. So probably this video with those eyeshadow palettes is up already. I will link it down below or in the eye or both. But yeah, that was a pretty big order that I wasn't really expecting to do, but I just saw so many beautiful looks with these eyeshadow palettes and I was like, you know, I kind of want to do all of those looks. Like there was so much versatility in the looks that I saw, people doing with this, and I could really see myself using all of these. So I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna accept that this is gonna make me go over budget. It's just the way it is. Alright, I think I bought these before I bought the Oden's eye palette. I'm not entirely sure, but this was at the start of the month where I wasn't expecting anything really to happen, where I wasn't really expecting for me to buy a lot of things. So I was like, I can do this little thing. But of course, when you have a budget, like the 15 euros that I spent on this in the end, because I also had some points that I could use for a discount, the 15 euros that I actually spent on this is quite a big part of the budget, like officially. So at the start of the month it can feel like, oh, it's fine, I can buy this, but at the end it can feel like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have, like this isn't as important or as exciting or as memorable as the Oden's eye palettes, of course. But I still was like, okay, you know, I want to try this. Well, the Stunning Creamy Lipstick in 02, like the Mauve berry shade, I just really wanted to grab this before it was gone. I love the 01 shade that I bought the month before, and I just really wanted another shade in these formulas, so I had already planned to get it. Then I found out that the collection, the Powerful Love collection, was selling out so fast, and I was like, okay, it's now or never. So it was kind of like a panic buy, and I feel like that's gonna happen probably more often with Kiko, because they apparently have much less stock, or they are much more popular, because they used to have their limited editions available for probably a year after, but now especially lip products, they sell out really fast. And then I also got this Kiko Milano 3D Hydra lip gloss, and this was definitely 100% an impulse purchase. I was looking for the 2-in-1 lip products that they had in the Powerful Love collection, because I actually wanted another shade of that, but they never came back. They never restocked really. They said they would in the store, but I never saw them again, and I checked it quite a few times. They were just too popular, and the girl in the shop was like, you know what, we have these glosses as well. So it's kind of like that gloss that's in the 2-in-1, but in like a full size like this, and this is apparently very popular. And I've been thinking that I want to try more Kiko Milano, that I want to try more of the regular line, so I bought this random gloss, kind of, but it's a good gloss. I like it. This is the shade 19. It's kind of like a nudie brownie rosy shade with a little bit of cool and sparkle in it, but it looks nice on the lips. It is nice. It feels nice. It does smell a little bit makeup-y. Just a little bit, like they have tried to make it smell like nice and sweet, but you can smell the makeup in it. But that happens a lot, I feel, with glosses. Yeah, I want to try this out, but now it feels kind of like a random, like floating purchase in my collection. I don't really have a video right now that I can use this for. I haven't used this enough or had this enough to really put it in the favorites. It's just random. It's just here. It's random. And so I don't feel like it was very well thought through. Yeah, that's kind of the conclusion with this one, even though I really like it. It's not really serving a purpose for me right now. Alright, let's move on to the Kiko Milano Beauty Essentials collection. If you haven't seen the video, I would highly recommend you check it out, because there are some beautiful products in this collection. First up, the highlighter I'm wearing today. This is the Beauty Essentials Glowy Face and Body Highlighter. It is a stick highlighter, which has kind of like a see-through champagne gold shade. By the way, they kind of updated the packaging for this one, because in the regular cream stick packaging, they just like roll up and down. But this one is kind of like a lock. And once it is down, it kind of locks in. And then you have to like put a little bit of pressure to make it come back up again. So it's really even more travel friendly than the other ones, like the original ones used to be. Not that I've ever had any problems with that one randomly rolling up, but I really like the like sturdy feel of this one. And okay, I feel like I'm kind of going on a tangent talking about the packaging, but this is what I'm wearing right now, and I've been wearing this a lot of times because it's so easy to use, it's so easy to blend, it looks good with everything, it's really easy to build up, you can make it more natural, you can make it more blinding. This is just such an effortless highlighter. I'm a big fan. That's already basically a review because I've already used it so much. But of course, for all of these haul products, I'm gonna do a new makeup updates as well. So keep an eye out for that. Okay, we have to talk about this product. So, by the way, this is the kind of boxes it comes in. It's kind of like this gradient with like light pink, green and blue. I think it's really cool. So the blush, the glowy blush. I was pretty confused. I was a little bit confused when I used this because it had kind of like chunky glitter, and I'm not really used to that from Kiko. I usually love all of their cheek products. Like, I don't feel like I've ever used a Kiko cheek product that has really disappointed me. But I was a bit confused about this one. Like, all the other products from this collection I'm a big fan of. This one I was a bit like unsure. I was like, I have to test it out a little bit more. And then when I went to the store, by the way, I have the shade 02 Mauve Time, which is actually more of a peachy pink. When I went to the store to look for the 2-in-1 lip products, I noticed that this is an overspray. The shimmery part of this blush is an overspray. And I hate with a passion, with a burning passion, oversprays. Why would you do this? Why in the world would you do this? I mean, Kiko is one of my favorite brands, but I am very disappointed that they chose to do an overspray. It makes me think so much of that MAC Cosmetics like pink gradient highlighter that looked so stunning in the promo shots, and then when you got it and you swatched it, like all the shimmer just disappeared and underneath was just a chalky white pink powder. It always makes me think of that, and I don't know why anyone would do it, because if you would just be honest about the formula, if you would just be honest about what is in here, then people don't have to be disappointed. They know what they're getting. And what you're gonna do is disappoint people. Okay, maybe they're gonna buy your product because they think it's a shimmery blush, but then once they get it and they use it, they are gonna lose faith in you. They are gonna lose trust in you, and that is not something that you want. So this is my warning to you. This is an overspray. And okay, I think it's a little better than what we had with that MAC Cosmetics highlighter, because there's actual color blush under here, but it's not a shimmery blush. It is just a blush. Like, we're gonna have to see what kind of formula that actually is, but then I have to go through this layer of chunky glitter. I kind of feel like I just have to kind of like dust it off to see what is underneath, to see what is actually going on. But yeah, I am disappointed anyway, even if the blush underneath is an actual good blush, which I do believe that's probably going to be good blush. I don't know why they did this. Probably it was easier with the pattern because it's a bit like, it's a very detailed pattern and they wanted to make it look cool, but I don't get this. And this is a dud. It's officially a dud. Maybe I can in the end make it work, but it's still gonna be a dud. Okay, let's quickly move on to some better products, some products that I have been a big fan of, because there's a lot of beautiful products in this collection actually. So first up we have the Kiko Milano Beauty Essentials Color Flush 3-in-1 All Over. This works amazingly on the lips, this works amazingly on the cheeks. I'm a big fan of this. It is very pigmented but still easy to blend, and I think this color 04 is really cute. I really like it, and I even bought another shade, but that was like this month, the next month. I'm wearing that one right now. This is 01. This is 01 on my lips. I haven't tried the one on cheeks yet. It's the most brown shade, but this feels really nice on the lips. It feels really nice on the cheeks. It really works both ways, which I'm so happy about. And it's a beautiful kind of like berry mauve shade. Such an interesting product that I think they did really well. And then we also have the Beauty Essentials 3D Effect lip gloss. I have used this so much already. It's kind of like this soft red, like this red that is a bit toned down, and then it has a little bit of pink in the undertone, and it has kind of like champagne-y shimmers. This is such a beautiful gloss. I have used this on its own a couple of times and I loved it. I've used it on top of things and also loved it. It is great. It's not sticky, it's not too thick, not too thin. It looks amazing on the lips, doesn't make your lips look weird. This is, I believe, 10 euros. I think this is a great lip gloss. I'm a huge fan, and I bought some other shades in this. Yes, I did. This is the type of lip gloss that I really love. This is just my perfect lip gloss. It has the sparkles to make it look really dimensional. It's not too pigmented, but still adds some color. I love it. Then we also have the Beauty Essentials Hydrating Shiny Lipstick in 02, and this is such a beautiful shade. I have to admit I haven't used it again since I did the video. I still have to use it again, but this is a formula I've tried so many different shades from, and I love the formula, and this is just another shade. So I can already confidently say that I think this is really nice. I really like it. It's a nice shade. It's a little bit different for me. Since my video, I actually used this a couple of times. I used it in my Kiko Milano favorites video, even though it's not yet in my collection long enough to be a favorite, but I needed something to kind of like ground the look that I was doing. I believe I have used all the shades now, and I think this is a really nice eyeshadow palette. The shimmers are really sparkly, really beautiful, really dimensional and pigmented. The mattes are a bit powdery on the powdery side, but you can like get quite a smoky look, especially if you put one of the darker shades first and then blend it out with a lighter shade. I quite like the mattes. The only thing that I don't kind of like about this palette is the powderiness, but in the end the looks look amazing. I think this is a great quality palette, and yeah, it's really beautiful and sparkly. Alright, I think that was everything I got from the Beauty Essentials line this time around, because I made a little order recently. But there's one more thing that I bought. Like, at this point we're kind of good. We're kind of around the budget. We're kind of still doing well. But I got another thing. I ordered another thing. So Glaminatrix Cosmetics is such like an interesting brand. I love the brand. I love trying out their things. I'm just always so interested to see what they're gonna come out with. And they came out with holographic eyeshadows, and I bought a few of the holographic eyeshadow singles, but I did it on a pre-order because I believe when they launched I was actually already asleep. Like, they are an Australian brand, or New Zealand based. I believe they are an Australian brand, so their time zones and my time zone, it doesn't really like match up. So I was already asleep, so I had to buy it on the pre-order. So it's gonna come to me like probably in 2 months or something, and then I'm gonna show it to you. But that is also something I bought, and I was kind of like, you know, I have space for this. I'm good. But then the Oden's eye palettes came around. The Oden's eye palettes were announced. I was like, oh no, I wasn't expecting an Oden's eye launch already. They just did their single eyeshadows, and usually there's a few months in between. So yeah, this kind of surprised me, and I already had bought those single eyeshadows before I bought this, and I was kind of like, you know what, whatever, we're just doing what we want to do. There's no pressure. Maybe I will start pressuring myself again, but now I don't really feel the pressure. I kind of feel okay with where I'm at. I'm not going over the budget like by a crazy amount, but I'm going over it a little bit, and I'm not thinking about it too much anymore. In a way I am, but in a way I'm also not. Then usually I would have been done by now. This is everything I bought myself, but I actually got my very first PR package. I have not had PR before this, but the brand Fantasi Cosmetics reached out to me and asked if they could send me some things. I decided to say yes. I decided I wanted to try it, and I decided to upload some things on Instagram because it is a very new brand. I believe they are not that well known yet, so I just wanted to like casually try it out and show you some things. So if you really want to see what is going going on here, I would suggest checking out my Instagram. But I will show you in this video a bit of what they sent to me. So they sent me 4 lipsticks and 2 eyeshadow palettes. For the lipsticks, we have this kind of like gray packaging with the shade on top like this, which is very nice to kind of see what you're dealing with. And then the actual lipstick components, they have the same kind of gray design. I think this looks really cool because it's kind of like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of like a packaging in a packaging. It is kind of like see-through, and then you have the gray inside. This packaging feels really nice and weighty. It actually feels quite luxurious. This is the shade Mocha 302. I have to say, these lipsticks actually are very nice. I did a lip swatching video. I don't know if I will put it up somewhere, or maybe you'll see it on my Instagram, but these are really nice and creamy. They're quite long lasting. I still have to test them out a little bit more and really see how I feel about it before I can review them, but I think this is a very nice formula so far. So that's Mocha. And then we have the shade Rouge as well. This is a very dark red, very cool shade. I don't know if these are described as matte lipstick, luxury matte lipstick. I would say they are more of a creamy formula. Like, they do dry down a little bit, but there's definitely something creamy about them for quite a bit. They are not this tuggy, dry kind of lipstick. Then this is my favorite shade. This is the shade Cameo, and this is kind of like a rosy pink, which is very up my alley. I think I can see myself wearing this quite a bit. And then we also have the shade Chili, which looks the same as Rouge, kind of in the component in the stick, but once you apply it on your lips, it's really like this orangey red, bright orangey shade almost, which I think is really cool. So I actually really like these lipsticks so far as I've tried it. And then they also sent me 2 eyeshadow palettes. They came out with 2 eyeshadow palettes. This is the one in Blooming Season. I haven't really tried this one yet, but we have a lot of kind of warm shades, but also a shade that's a little bit more on the burgundy side, like a very warm kind of like mid-tone to dark. And then we also have this one, and I think this is gonna be my favorite in the end. I've already done a look with this one. This one has a lot of dimension. We have a lot of difference in depth, and I think these cool tone shades are quite nice. The look that I did, I focused mainly on this one, and this gray over here, and I used this shimmer on the lid. And I actually quite like the grays in here. I thought they worked well. The shimmers were also nice so far, especially this gray one. I feel like this one got a little bit of hard pen. It's still possible to pick it up, but it just got a little bit of hard pen when I used it. But so far I quite like this one. It's a good like staple cool tone palette. So far. I want to try it out a little bit more. It's a new brand. I really want to take my time to make up my mind. I don't want to steer you in the wrong direction, of course. I of course don't want to be swayed by the fact that this is my first PR and that this is like free. I want to give you my honest opinion. So I'm gonna take my time to really test it out. And then that's actually gonna be everything for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe, and then I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.